Welcome back to the Hopeless Fan Podcast. We are getting going on Thursday. We're on to week 2, fellas. Week 1 in the books. It's over. Get over it. Scotty and I, our teams are 0-1. Zack got the dub, but it's done with.
Yeah. Remember we ended the podcast on Monday last week on Monday night so pumped that we were gonna earn a bunch of money, and then Isaac Yadam just destroyed all of our hopes.
Yeah, Isaac Yadam, Vic Fangio being overrated already, Joe Flacco being Joe Flacco, Philip Lindsay being a little runt, Von Miller and Bradley Chubb sleepwalking, collection of things.
Yeah, I have some.
But yeah, we're on to week 2. We're on to insert Bill Belichick line, insert who your team's playing.
Show up, Vaughn.
We're on to San Francisco. Yeah, seriously. Okay, now, since we'll have a Thursday Night Football reaction a little bit later, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know.
I mean, we kind of have one right now.
I mean, we kind of have one right now. This game sucks.
It does suck.
This game sucks.
We knew it was going to.
6-3 Panthers at the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
Just all-around slop. The field's messy. There was a weather delay. Carolina minus 6.5. Probably won't hit because, I'm watching it in Zach's cursed apartment. But, yeah, all-around terrible game. We'll probably get 1 touchdown total. And who knows? Someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna lose. It's a hot take, but I'm gonna go there.
Or they could tie.
They could tie.
Wow, if they tied
with the Cardinals Lions.
Shelby, if they tied and you said someone's gonna go win or lose, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and they tie, I'm gonna die. That would be good. That'd be perfect.
Tie, you're gonna die. Hilarious, guy.
It would be funny.
But anyway. We have a loaded show because we'll start with our 4-year reference, but we also have San Diego Chargers tweet, our NFL shuffle of underrated players, Doghouse of the Weeks, the Great Debate, Zach's NFL lock of the week of the century, which he's 1-0, and then our NFL picks snake draft with Zach in last place in that, by the way. All right, we ready, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so my 4-year reference, it's perfect right now because we're watching 2 garbage teams that stink. 0-1, both of them. Loser goes to 0-2. Basically, loser leaves town. The playoff picture, loser leaves town.
Really, though?
Because now, since 2007, fellas, 12 of the 98 teams that started 0-2 made the playoffs. Only 12.
Wow.
12 out of 98, so I'm guessing that's around 11%. Since
one
the
of them,
98's close to 100.
One of them won the Super Bowl, though.
Zach's going to back me up, stat guy. One of them did win the Super Bowl with the 07 Giants.
Yep.
12%.
12%. So you have a 12% chance of making the playoffs since 07. So this will be the 13th season in that study. But, so don't go 0-2. Zach's got a free pass this week. You can lose. Whatever, Zach, you lose the game. Who cares? Because you're 1-1, you're better off. Scotty and I, we lose this game. Basically, you're telling us, don't watch the next 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Your thoughts?
Yep. 12%. So you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance. And data backs up some teams that did make the playoffs.
Packers.
Most recently. No.
No?
Zach, you're so bad at that.
I am?
He'll come in with a stat that's wrong, but halfway right.
Now, Zach can be so sure about something, as I've stated in the previous podcast, and just be so wrong. Like, who was that defender for the Ravens? Like in 2000? He's like, oh, yeah, I know him.
Packers, right?
I'm not sure who that is, Scotty.
I don't know. Shelby, you were saying a 4-year reference about in like 2012 or 2000 with the Ravens. He's like, have you heard of this player?
I remember what he's talking about.
He's like, oh yeah, I know who that is. He's like,
the defensive player, right?
He's
no.
Like,
no, yeah. The punt returner.
Right.
Yeah, that was good. He's like, oh, duh, I know who that is. The defensive guy, right? I'm like, no.
Dead wrong.
You had a 50% chance.
Zach never changed.
All right, but yeah, last year you had 7 teams that started 0-2. 2 of them made the playoffs, but like you said, that's 5 out of 7. Number crunch, ... Good percentage that you don't make the playoffs. So that's your 4-year reference. Sound smart in front of your friends. If your friend is a fan of an 0-2 team at the end of Sunday, just be like, hey, by the way, delete your account.
Chris Godwin, let's go!
All right. Now we go to our San Diego Chargers tweet. Just need to find my wife, take her to P.F. Chang's, and who's going to start this? Because I want to save mine.
Go ahead, Zach.
Where did we go? We went to Red Lobster.
Thanks for being prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
That was fantastic. I got the four course feast.
I bet
ended up bringing half of it home. Got the I got the Caesar salad.
Doubt it.
Loaded. I did Caesar salad, loaded potato.
How
soup.
dare you, fat shame him?
It was great. Well, it wouldn't be Shelby if he didn't.
Truth.
And then I got
That's fair.
the 7-ounce sirloin and a baked potato. It was delicious.
So you had a loaded baked potato soup and a baked potato.
Yeah, I know.
You know what,
I
Zach?
brought the potato home.
It sounds divine, dude. Sounds great.
It was great.
Sounds really good. Sounds like a great time.
Mm-hmm. Well, where did you went somewhere tonight, didn't you?
I did. I sent you guys a picture in a little group chat. I went to a Wursten Beer. It's spelled, like German, like Wursten Beer, Bier. So that's when you know it's authentic.
Fancy.
Yeah, I got the hot peppers and the
very
caramelized onions on the bread and the potato pancakes. It slaps. Google reviews give you 4.0 out of 10 or 4.0 out of 5. I'll probably give you like an 8.9, 8.8.
It's a good rating.
It's a pretty good rating.
Yeah, for mine, I didn't go here, but it's Popeyes because they're trying to really stay relevant since that sandwich sold out.
Damn it, dude.
Did you see that?
Well, yeah, that was
Did you
my
see that?
doghouse actually.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I mean, it's
Do you
like
want me to save it for your dog house?
no. I'll think of something else. But I mean, geez, dude, I've never thought of a company who hates money more than Popeyes.
Right, like
just create the chicken sandwich again. Jesus.
right, like just don't say anything until it comes back.
I know.
And now you're just like, hey guys, we know it's sold out, but you can just take the bread off. I'm like, really?
I know.
You got some like. That's like they're trying to stay relevant.
I'm actually like
And
waiting
it's just-
though too. I'm like really waiting for that chicken sandwich to come back because it was so good. I want to have it so bad, and they just like tease me with like, oh BYOB, bring your own bun. Like, get out of here.
Oh my god, they did that too.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that was part of their advertising
gosh.
campaign. It's like, didn't you guys make enough money to make more chicken sandwiches from the first time around?
It just sucks because like every response to it, like, because I don't follow Popeyes on Twitter,
Right.
but I saw this like 6 times because like people just quote tweeted it being like, they fumbled the bag so much, like they fumbled the bag in the red zone, like it's so good.
Yeah, that's really good. If they don't come back with it soon, I mean, how much of a failure is that going to be? Like, are they ever going to come back with it, or are they just going to plan it for another, like, when they really need a big company increase, they just have that in their back pocket?
Well, I think when they made like the press release, they're like, we're working tirelessly to get it back, and I'm like, what do you mean tirelessly? Like, make some fucking chicken.
It's right.
But
like, order some shipments.
But like they really need to get me like before if like I don't know the timetable, but NFL Sunday would that be a perfect food for NFL Sunday? And like what if they didn't get these until like mid-February? That's worst case scenario.
Right. That would suck. And they just come back for the Super Bowl, and then like that's when they use all the profits.
No, not even that. They come back for like baseball spring training.
Yeah. I mean,
That's bad.
they could just use all the profits that they made this time around for a Super Bowl ad for the chicken sandwich.
Did they actually make that profit, or is it just like an estimated like profit gain from all the attention they got on Twitter?
What on Twitter is truly 100% accurate? Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. All right, we're gonna switch back to sports. Stick to sports. We're gonna go to our NFL shuffle. We're gonna do of underrated players that you can think of.
Current
and
or
we might
past?
disagree. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because we might really disagree on some. All right, Scotty, pick a number.
4.
4 is the New Orleans Saints.
You know who's really underrated was Mark Ingram, I think, for a long time.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
first one that I think of.
We're reaping the benefits of that now.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the
He's,
Ravens
he
are.
doesn't have some tread left on that tire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But,
he sucked at
yeah,
first.
no,
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, come on.
Right, but everyone's like picking up every member of the Ravens offense. Like
Right.
they're gonna score 59 points every
I know,
week.
right?
Because I think it was like the Ravens Dolphins, like every running back got like 13 carries.
Yeah, Justice Hill. And
Yeah, Justice Hill, Gus
Augusta
Edwards,
Bus
and
and
Mark
Mark
Ingram.
That's the fool's
Yeah,
gold.
People are picking up Boykin. Like, no, he's not gonna do well.
I don't even know who that is.
Does Chris Hogan play for the Panthers? Oh my god.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow. All right, Zach picking. Oh no, we'll keep it
Yeah,
on the Saints.
who's,
Sorry,
who is the
Archie Manning.
Yeah. Who was that? The wide receiver, like
Marcus
when we
Colston.
first started.
Devery Henderson.
Yes.
Marcus
Colston.
Colston was a bona fide number one, but it was Devery Henderson because that was going to be mine. Yeah, Devery Henderson was there. Deuce McAllister.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Oh, who was that other?
Yeah, Deuce McAllister.
Who was that other running? Pierre Thomas.
Pierre Thomas was good. Another guy underrated, because he was like a veteran that like ended up there, was how good Jeremy Shockey was.
That was
the year they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
it was a big.
Well, I don't know what you could. Sorry.
It was a big acquisition when they got Shockey, I remember, and then he kind of fell off. But he fell off like hard, like no other tight end I've seen. Like he just like stopped being good completely.
Would you consider Sproles being underrated or
probably
adequately rated?
Probably.
I mean,
with the Chargers, he was
kind
a
of
third. He was a third running back in San Diego.
Was he? He was never like a bell cow, you know. That's
Never,
why he's
yeah.
been able to last so long.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to like. Oh, he was underrated. It was like because he had a bunch of splash.
Talk
plays.
about someone who was a Madden god.
Oh
Darren
yeah,
Sproles.
kick returns.
Yeah, Darren Sproles, like just put him on offense, and he was just like the Mike Vick at running back.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Zach, did you pick a number?
No, I haven't.
Do it,
Go
Zach.
for it.
30.
30. Oh, someone's finally going to the 30s. Minnesota Vikings.
Chester Taylor.
Sorry,
Ooh.
Zach.
I don't even know. Who
Boom!
that
At the same time, Shelby.
Was that? Did you really mean to do
he
that,
did.
or did you fake
I swear
that?
to God that.
No, you said it at the
Yeah.
same time.
Oh, nice.
Taylor.
Let Zach answer his own one. I feel bad because I always do that
Yeah.
too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you guys were talking because there's not a lot that come to mind. Who was the quarterback before Favre?
Tavares Jackson.
No, crap.
Christian Ponder.
He hurt his leg, and they were like, remember they were carrying him.
I don't think it was
carrying him
Christian
to the
Ponder,
line,
was
to the
it?
line.
Christian Ponder was after.
He messed up his like ankle, and like after
Gus
every play,
Farrar.
Joe
the linemen
Webb.
were carrying him to the.
Fran Tarkenton.
I was hoping you would.
Teddy Bridgewater. Gus Farrat.
That's what I said. Yeah.
No, I won't be able to remember the name. I just remember there was one game where the quarterback hurt his ankle or something, and then like when he would throw the pass, and then the lineman like pick him up and carry him all the way to when they were doing a hurry up
Lord.
offense. I just can't remember his name.
That's when you know it's a good show is when Zach halfway remembers
I
a
know,
stat
right?
or
That's
a player,
me. That's
and he can't put his
100%.
finger on it, and then
Right.
he'll remember like 2 hours after the show.
Hey guys, how about Sidney Rice?
Yeah, great one. Vasante Shenko.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep. Those 2007.
I'll go out
players.
on a limb. Adrian Peterson. Ever heard of him?
Yeah, I get it. That's good.
Criminally
Randy
undervalued.
Moss.
Criminally undervalued. Yeah, I think we wrapped that one up
I
pretty
guess.
good.
I mean, whatever.
All right, it's tough.
Yeah.
Scotty, pick one for Shelby.
Give me 23.
Tennessee Titans.
Damn, I hate this.
Eddie George feels underrated to me.
Yeah.
You never
lose him in like the Emmett Smith
you
conversation.
never hear him brought up in the
Yeah.
upper echelon
Yeah.
of good running backs. Because did he retire early? He didn't last long.
I want to say 7 seasons. I'll look it up.
You know, we had in our 2QB league, it was Kerry Collins probably that was really good for a year.
Yeah, had a good
Yeah.
year.
13-3 year.
Andre Dyson, the Music City Miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Nate Washington.
Eddie George was 9 years in the league.
Okay. It wasn't that far off.
Yeah. Nate Washington's a good one. Leon
Yeah.
Washington.
We all know this all just from fantasy football. Let's not even kid ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Titans.
I mean,
you don't really remember anyone from when they first started except for McNair and George.
who would you ever pick up on a Titans
TBH.
or on your fantasy football team from the Titans? Like even now, like
Did Vince Young play for the Titans?
Vince Young did play for the Titans, but he was kind of a bust.
Yeah. R.I.P.
yeah, Vince Young was drafted by the Titans.
What?
Oh, no. I'm thinking Stephen Nair.
Yeah,
McNair,
Vince
there
Young's
you go.
not. Zach's hot take is Vince Young died.
So you got Steve McNair.
Yeah, Zach just R.I.P. to living
Wow.
person. So,
Shame on
all
you.
right, Scotty, pick your number.
19.
19. Joey Votto. L.A. Rams or St. Louis Rams.
Oh, Steven Jackson.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good
Yeah.
one. I feel like with when you look at the greatest show on turf, you automatically think Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, and like. But I think Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, like,
Torrey
they
Holt.
they never come into the fold when you're like best receivers of all time.
Yeah, because it's like Madden 05 on my PSP tore it up with Torrey Holt.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, I remember when I first started getting into the NFL, like 06 and 07, like Torrey Holt was the man, and he was still the man from back in the 2000, like in 1999 season.
Yeah.
So Torrey Holt lasted longer than all of them. And I feel like that's why
he was like the last one.
Yeah, like that's why he's underrated, because he like stuck with. He was like the last one of the crew, and he stayed around for like long after that.
Right, Mark Bolger was kind of like he had a good year or two. Yeah, I think Kurt. I mean, even if you look at quarterbacks, Kurt Warner's kind of in that underrated thing.
Yeah, I mean, can we look at?
He's kind of that.
He's
a feel-good story with the whole like XFL or what, not XFL, Arena League, and
I mean, can we look at defense though? Like who would you say from defense?
Yeah,
I mean Fowler,
James Laurinaitis.
You know who's Dante Fowler Jr. right
he's
now.
He's got a long career there.
Yeah, he's still got a lot left, don't you think?
Right, it's not pastime players though.
I think he.
I mean Fowler. Week 1 rushed the passer or got to the quarterback is like more times than any other defensive player, I think. And no one's talking about it.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'd go with James Laurinaitis from the Rams, because he was on some bad Rams teams as a middle linebacker. Played there for 7 years.
Yeah.
Mark Fisher.
He's like who's that?
Jeff
who's
Fisher?
That long time like linebacker for the Redskins? He was there the whole for so long, and like they were so bad. The whole time.
Crap!
Right.
Oh man, I need that name.
I hear someone typing.
Yeah, it's me. That it'll come. We'll have to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you think about those kind of like AJ Hawk with the Packers, right? Or no, yeah, he was with the Packers and then went to
Brian Arakpo.
Yeah, he ended up with the Bills, didn't he?
Yeah.
That wasn't who I was thinking of.
Oh.
London Fletcher.
With the Rams. London Fletcher.
The Redskins.
Okay, yep.
With the Rams, Ricky Prohl, wide receiver. Zach probably won't know this, but Ricky Prohl, the most cursed guy ever. So he did win a Super Bowl with the greatest show on turf, but then in the first Super Bowl against the Patriots, he caught the touchdown to tie the game before Brady led him on the game-winning drive. And then 2 years later, he does the same thing with the Panthers. Wow. Catches the tying touchdown in the fourth quarter before Brady's 2-minute drive.
Oh my God.
So he lost 2 Super Bowls at the gun because of Tom Brady.
Wow.
God. And he did his job right, and he still lost.
Zach, pick a number.
27.
27. 27. Patriots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just said that. Deion Branch. I had that one loaded up. I was right.
Joe Theismann.
We finally let Zach answer first. How about just every cornerback for the Patriots ever? Because every cornerback that plays well for the Patriots, they're like, well, it's just the system. I mean, like, you just plug and play.
Yeah, literally, like, if... Right. It's
Matt Castle.
Yeah, Matt Castle went 10-6. Or 9-6.
No, it was 10-6.
But,
I guess you're right.
No, but Tom Brady gets the victory in the first game. Yeah, I mean, with the Patriots, like, you just have a bunch of receivers that are like, oh, Chris Hogan was underrated, I guess. Wes Welker is like a, I don't think.
Edelman.
But like Zach said with Deion Branch, Edelman, Amendola.
Aaron Hernandez.
Yikes.
Someone had to say it.
Jonas Gray.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on. We're going to go to our Doghouse of the Week. Scotty, do you have a backup since I sniped yours, or are you kaput?
My Doghouse of the Week is Shawn Mendes.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, go into that.
Did you hear about it?
Oh, did I hear about it? It was on my screen at like 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, why this early? Like, I could have done 9 o'clock, right. But then it was at 6:30.
I could have waken up and had my coffee before I saw this, but the fact that it was at 5 a.m.
Yeah, like, let me get settled before that for that leak.
No,
let me get a towel before that leak comes up.
Ooh, a towel, huh? Yikes. My lady showed me the social media post later in the day, and so apparently, everyone was like making fun of them for a kiss they did in public or a kiss that was recorded, and they were like, "This is how we actually kiss," and they were like, obviously it was a joke, but it looked really, really bad, and it was just like one of the most cringiest things I've ever watched in my entire life. So non-sports related.
That's a good doghouse.
I mean, like Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, they're in my doghouse. And you know who else is in my doghouse in a live version? Is Carolina, because Blanco Brown, Billboard's top 100 artist, is performing on the field, and there's like 19 people on the field listening to him.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know who Blanco Brown is, but he's singing to no one. He's singing to paid dancers right now. In a 10-9 game on a lightning filled night in Carolina.
He's the soundtrack to everybody's piss break.
No.
Yeah.
What happened?
He's literally a walking Tuesday afternoon. He's that average.
Like at one point in 2002, he was on the Billboard Top 100. At 99.
One time he stood next to.
That's what I was gonna
One
say.
time he stood next to Kanye West at the Met Gala.
All right, Shelby, who's your doghouse?
He has a producer credit with Ja Rule.
Oh God.
All right, my doghouse is Adam Gase.
Oh, good one.
Because the Jets in like a 48-hour span turned into a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because it's like you look at 16-0, like literally since it was 16-0, the Jets have become a dumpster fire out of nowhere. Bills score 17 unanswered to win that game in your home stadium. And then it's like, okay, we could have been 1-0 going into a Monday night game where the crowd would have been electric. Sam Darnold, everyone knows, get well soon. He's got
Grow
mono.
up.
So what? Tough break. So now, seriously, like, dude, get a job.
That's a 12-year-old sickness. Grow up, dude.
Yeah,
remember,
dude,
Shelby?
like,
remember when you
NFL,
told me to grow up when I told you I had like allergies or like a lactose allergy?
Yeah, you were lactose. You're like 40% lactose intolerant, and you had like a bowl of cereal. You're like, oh, this is gonna screw me over. And I'm like, dude, grow up.
Yeah, that hurt.
All right,
I'm not gonna lie.
But now you go with Scotty's hero Trevor Siemian.
Let's go.
Didn't throw a single meaningful pass in 2018.
He's the king.
His last game was in December of 2017. Awful stat line against the Colts, but he gets credit for the win because Brock Osweiler saved him. Anywho's, Le'Veon Bell banged up with the shoulder, but it's fine. Looks like he's going to play. So a little bit of good news, but then you have C.J. Mosley had the pick 6 fumble recovery in his Jets debut against the Bills. Did not practice. Quinn Williams, the achoo, bless you, thank you. The first-round defensive tackle. He did not practice. So you might be without both of those guys on Monday night. And then you have OBJ calling out your defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, for stuff you thought was over with, but now it comes back that he's dirty. And because Odell Beckham has, like, a glistening watch on, everyone's listening to him. And it's like, I mean, man. And they have a new kicker. It's Sam Ficken. Like, the most trustworthy name in sports. It's like, for the win, Sam Ficken. And he's just, like, literally shaking. That's what I picture. So, yeah, doghouse, Adam Gase. I don't even know if it's his fault.
It sounds like the whole state of New York
some
should
of
be
it,
in the doghouse. Cause,
even New Jersey, where they actually play.
Exactly. I mean, they'll be out of it by next week or by the end of the season when Trevor Siemian leads them, to a 10-6 record and a playoff berth.
Yikes.
I mean, 13-11
that's
record
that's
as a
going
starter,
out there.
So.
But then, like, you look at the Jets' schedule. Sam Darnold, good time to take off work. He's taking Brett Favre's advice, like, take 2 weeks off and quit.
Yeah.
He's like, the Browns at home on Monday night, you would think is a winnable game. Now you're probably thinking Browns. Then the Patriots on the road. Then the Eagles on the road. Then the Cowboys come into town.
Oh. And
then the Patriots again. So, like, pencil them in for 0-5, right?
That's the tough part about it. And especially having mono. Like, you just have the hardest schedule coming up. Hopefully the defense can, do enough for Trevor Siemian. But I don't know. Who's their backup now?
It's my boy out of college, Luke Falk.
Oh, right. Yeah, dude. You were a big Luke Falk guy.
That was my king. I was a Luke Falk guy. And then they're like, 7th round grade. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of where the Bengals usually take a quarterback. So I was like, that works for me. Okay, so that was our doghouse. Good luck to the Jets, because I know they were like thinking, and even I did, with like, this is the year Sam Darnold, takes the leap. I didn't know, to my defense, that they had this schedule to open up with.
I didn't either.
And losing to the Bills makes it even worse. Because then in the back half of the schedule, you got winnable games like Jacksonville, Miami, the Giants, Redskins, Raiders, Bengals, Miami again. In like it's 6 straight games you could probably win, but I mean that hole's so big that like that season's almost a wash. But you could have another Monday night game where they play inspired because they're missing someone. For the Raiders, it was Antonio Brown. It was a good missing someone. This is a bad missing someone. Maybe they rally. Trevor Siemian has that one good game he always has, and then he'll turn back into a pumpkin.
Don't you do that. Don't you dare say that. Stop.
I won't put
Reverse
that evil
it.
on you, Ricky Bobby. Okay. All right. You guys want to do Great Debate
Sure.
next?
Zach, what do you got?
Okay, so this week we're going to do a sudden death. Pick 2 teams that could start 0-2, and then which one's going to have the better chances of making the playoffs. And we're going to have the Bears and the Texans. And we're going to start with Shelby.
Okay. 2 hypothetical 0-2s. This is a big week because I'm 1-2 in the Great Debate after winning the first week. Scotty's got me back-to-back weeks. So it's like Game 4 of an NBA series. You can't go down 3-1.
And I would also like to apologize to you, Shelby. I went back and when I was recording the podcast, I didn't realize how ridiculous it was that I went with Scotty.
I know. I realized it on air.
More. Well, yeah, you did. And
Whoa!
listening back, I really
What?
Realized. So
You can't go back. That's such a soft
I did a
move.
disservice. Listen, Scotty, I did a disservice to both of you by not picking the right one.
He's not changing the pick. It's
Yeah.
locked.
No,
you
I
won.
get it.
You won, but I'm glad that he admitted
No,
it. That
but now
does
as
make
we
me feel
go into
better.
this, now
It
as
does
we
make me
go
feel-
into this, it's like, oh, like no, Shelby will probably win. Like that's just soft. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll win because I'll have the better argument, but it's like
I
you
just
won.
needed-
It's like when you
yeah.
won the Office thing when you picked Zach's favorite season, and I had no chance. But
I just wanted to put that out there so we know it's, I'm trying to be, clean slate, unbiased.
okay, I
Yeah, go
appreciate
ahead.
that. Okay, I will go with the Texans, and I think the Texans have a better shot than the Bears because they just did it last year. Texans in 2018, I believe they started 1-4, 1-5, because they won Week 3 at Indianapolis.
I was there.
Yeah, Zack was there when Frank Reich decided to go for it on 4th down,
cojones
like
on that
in
guy.
his deep in his own territory. But yeah, you look at last year, they started off with a 7-point loss to the Patriots, 3-point loss to the Titans. And then they did start 0-3. They lost to the Giants next. So they were 0-3 and made the playoffs. So you have a quarterback who's done it. And then when you have a coach, Bill O'Brien, just recently, he's done it twice in the past 4 seasons. 2015 with Brian Hoyer the Destroyer. The Texans were 0-2 and came back and made the playoffs. Of course, they won the division, and then the playoff game is forgettable, the 30-0 blowout to the Chiefs. But any hoozle, you have Bill O'Brien who's done it twice. You have a quarterback who many think is going to be, a staple in this league for quite some time as a very good quarterback. You have a chance to win basically every game when you, on the other side with Mitch Trubisky, that's the only thing I'll touch up on the Bears is that you don't really know about Trubisky yet. I mean, he hasn't really established himself in that upper tier, at least, that Watson looks like he's trending to. Also, if you look at the division that the Texans are in, 2 of the 4 teams, their starting quarterback, have combined to play 1.5 quarters. That's Nick Foles and Andrew Luck. So right from the jump, a week before the season, 2 out of your 3 competitors for the division race lost their starting quarterback. Luck obviously to retirement, and Foles for indefinitely for however long he's out. The Jaguars are being written off. So you have a 2-team race in the division, Texans Titans. Even if the Texans were to lose this week, they still got 2 shots at the Titans. Plus you have in the AFC, final point, you have the AFC is very top heavy with the Patriots and Chiefs really in that AFC championship game from last year. In the NFC, you think you have contenders really spotted all over the place. With the Seahawks are always a good team. The Rams obviously went to a Super Bowl. The Cowboys and Eagles look like very 2 good teams after week 1. We think the Eagles are loaded. The Cowboys, new look Dak Prescott. You have Aaron Rodgers in that conference. You have Cam Newton. You have Matt Ryan. You have Drew Brees. You have the Saints. You think the NFC is a lot more competitive than the AFC. The Texans can sneak in with an 0-2 start, just like they did last year and 2 times in the past 4 seasons.
All right, Shelby, that was smart of you to bring up the division because I didn't think about that. But it's true. I mean, you got Andrew Luck, retiring all of a sudden, and I'd be a fool if I didn't also mention that I put money on the Texans right after I saw the Andrew Luck news.
Same here.
Because, they're the next in line. But
And week 1, I mean, you had a great chance to beat the Saints. You feel good after that loss.
I mean, I guess, but they also they also gave up. I mean, their defense looked pretty tough, and I don't know, man. They took 2 plays. More isn't an error on the Saints. I mean, they played well, but to rebuke your argument right away, I think that the Texans have a good chance at winning the division, but also I don't think that you brought up the Titans, that they have 2 shots at the Titans, but the Titans just destroyed the Browns. And the Colts looked okay against the Chargers. So you have 3 division teams. Sure, they lost 2, or you have 2 other teams in that division that sure they lost 2. And the Jaguars, I don't think anyone's really counting on the Jaguars this year. But I mean the Titans, and the the Colts both look good against playoff teams from last year. So, or I'm sorry, not the Browns, but everyone thinks the Browns are apparently going to the Super Bowl. So, you got the Titans who destroyed this, the hype team, and the Colts who took the Chargers from the playoffs last year into overtime. So that I'm just rebuting your statement.
Scotty, I've got a question for you. Are you just going to argue against the Texans, or are you at some point going to argue?
Yeah, it's tough, man. I just had a lot to say about that. So the Bears, though, and Shelby, you bring up a good point that the Bears play in a tough division, and they also play in a tough conference. But I think they have the experience of Nagy, they have the offense of Nagy, and I think that the showcase that they played on Thursday night was just kind of knocking the rust off of the NFL. Unfortunately, it should have been the Patriots on Thursday night. So the Bears, I don't think we really got a good glimpse of what the Bears are going to look like this year, especially with Trubisky coming back when they looked really solid last year, especially they looked really sound on offense and let the defense do the work, which the defense did do the work on Thursday night. So you're going to be able to rely on that defense, especially against some of the best competition in that conference. I think not only do they return to the playoffs if they go 0-2 by losing to Denver this week in a hypothetical situation, but they also have 2 coordinators who have been to the playoffs as far as Matt Nagy goes, who was there last year, obviously, who wants a revenge game, who wants to have a revenge season based on the missed field goal, the double doink. And I hear you typing right now, and it's kind of like messing with my vibes. Who was trying to recover from the double. Oh,
that was Zack.
Quit typing.
No, it wasn't.
So they're trying to recover from the double doink in the playoffs from last year, and they also got Chuck Pagano, who is their defensive coordinator, who has been to the playoffs countless times. So I think that they can recover from that as well. I think their defense, is not only a playoff defense, but potentially as the best defense in the NFL, arguably a Super Bowl winning defense. So I think that the Bears have a good shot at going and winning it back, whereas the Texans also play in a conference with a boatload of good quarterbacks that they'll have to face along the way, and I think it's it's doing a disservice to say the Texans just because they play in the AFC South have a better chance of making the playoffs than the Bears do.
Well, I think if you stack up the quarterbacks, this is my rebuttal time. You stack up the quarterbacks currently of the NFC North with the Bears, with Rodgers, Stafford, and Cousins, you would say that's better than, as Cam Newton gets sacked, you would say that's better than the Texans' opponents of Marcus Mariota, Gardner Minshew, and Jacoby Brissett. And then you mentioned experience when you said they have the experience of Matt Nagy, but the Texans have the experience of Bill O'Brien, like him or not, who's won multiple division titles, and they have a defensive coordinator in Romeo Crennel who has stopped in every NFL team around the league. So I think if you're barking up the experience tree, going against Romeo Crennel versus a guy who was out of the entire NFL last season, both previous head coaches. Yeah, the Colts made it to the playoffs, but I think there's experience to be argued on.
I got one more rebuttal for you.
As Cam Newton gets sacked
I got one
again.
more rebuttal for you, Shelby. And that's, you brought up the statistic, right, of 0-2 teams and...
Scotty, real quick, is Shaq Barrett on the
is.
Buccaneers?
The God.
It's
the second one of the night.
Go on.
And so you brought up the times that not Shaq Barrett, you brought up the 2 times that Bill O'Brien in the past 4 years has taken an 0-2 and once even an 0-3 team to the playoffs. But you failed, right last year. But you failed to, that happens, we said at the beginning of the show, and for your reference, that actually hurts your point, 12 out of the last 98 or something went 0-2 and made the playoffs. the realistic chance that happens again a third time to the Texans kind of hurts, your argument there, because it's just so
well, then it's never happened to the Bears, so I guess that makes your argument completely moot, since
it has a better chance of happening to the Bears than a third time to the same team, in my opinion.
Disagree.
Betting odds would be against you.
All around. I don't think so.
All right, Zach, go ahead.
All right. So I feel like the Bears and the Texans are like just the opposite. Like, one has a really great offense and a not so great defense.
That's fair.
The other one has an amazing defense and
this
not
is
so
the
great
argument
offense.
where defense wins championships.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like the way that each one performed in their own loss kind of shows what we're going to see from them in week 2. We're assuming, if both these teams lose again, then we're looking at who's going to have the best odds. So I can't just judge it all off their first game, because we'd have to see their performance. Because if we were just going off their first game, I'd say Texans all the way, because they just showed an all around great performance, even though they ended up losing because Drew Brees is God. But I'm gonna have to go with Shelby on this one, just because
easy money.
I like the Texans' high-powered offense, and in today's, it's just easier for them to get wins and go on a stretch. And as Shelby said, I liked his argument of them having done this in the past. They've been.
Hey Zach, what did Shelby type to you to make you just coerce you?
I typed in Texans defensive coordinator because I was 98% sure it was Romeo Crennel.
That's just one of the things, because you typed in like 100 things. So like, what kind of shit were you talking about?
I typed in Texans. Literally, the tabs are still open. I typed in their schedule from last year because we were confused. I thought they started 0-2 when they really started 0-3.
I don't believe you. It's coercion.
But, I'll take my victory lap. Easy money.
2-2.
Got the Texans. 2-2 hypothetically should be 3-1 because Zack admitted his mistake.
No, that is so soft.
Scotty,
that is so soft of you.
Zach, Scotty, I didn't prompt Zach
it's soft
to say
of
he
you
was wrong.
to take this consolation victory after the fact that I won. I won in the moment, and that's what it's
not a consolation victory. I just said I'm 2-2.
But you said should be 3-1. Did you not say that? No, you shouldn't.
I should be 3-1. Yeah, you could say you should be 3-1 because maybe you think you should have won the very first week.
You could say you should be 4-0.
Yeah, I mean who knows?
4-0.
Who knows? I mean, just Scotty's 2 wins were bullshit. Picked the right season of The Office, and Zach got one wrong. Okay, we're gonna go to. What do you guys want to do next? Do you want to do our? How about we do our Monday morning headlines? Because then we'll save our NFL picks, snake draft, and Zach's
Is Cam Newton a 47-year-old? I mean,
he might as well be.
He's just Jake Delhomme at this point.
He had the most hilarious face when he got sacked. He was like,
I mean, he is Jake Delhomme at this point. I mean, like.
I won't take any Jake Delhomme slander, but yeah, I like that comparison.
I mean, who else is Jake Delhomme nowadays? Like, Trevor Siemian will probably end up being like a Jake Delhomme.
Is Matt Ryan a Jake Delhomme?
Don't you dare.
Like, heyday's over?
No way.
I know. I don't want it to happen.
No, not yet.
Okay, that's fair. I got you.
I think Matt Ryan was better than Delhomme ever was. Kirk Cousins, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
He is.
Yeah. All right, Monday morning headlines where we predict what headlines are going to read.
Kirk Cousins was a Jake Delhomme. Only against winning teams. Okay, keep going. Go on.
Right, correct. Monday morning headlines, we predict what the headline is going to be in certain cities. I think last week we each had 3. Does everyone have their 3?
I have some.
Zach
I have
has 1.
a couple.
Okay. I'll start because I have 4 actually.
Okay, let's go.
I'll start.
Give me 2 of them. Give me 2 of them.
Okay, and when you guys do this, start with the newspaper that it's going to be in.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't know newspapers.
Well, you can look it up.
Can I?
All right, you can look it up. Well, I'll start. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Ooh.
The title. That's more like it. Steelers wake up after Week 1 lull with 31-24 win over Seattle. Like the Steelers to bounce back this week. Ben Roethlisberger's never been shut out since 2006 with the Steelers. Obviously, they didn't get shut out Week 1, but it was a field goal they probably shouldn't have even have tried when they were down 20-0 and inside the 5-yard line. But the Steelers wake up this week against a Seahawks defense that just gave up, was shredded by Andy Dalton. So yeah, I like this. I like the Steelers to bounce back, and I don't think I'm alone. Kuechly,
I know. I saw that too. I didn't say anything.
Gosh, Luke. Thank you for not saying anything.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll go to my second one. The New York Post will read, "Kiss it goodbye. Mono-stricken Darnold absent as injury-riddled Jets blown out by Browns 27-10 as season sinks into the Hudson River."
Man.
All right.
Thoughts? I think the Jets. Trevor Siemian. Sorry, Scotty. I just don't think they have a chance against the Browns.
Put all your money on
even
the
at
Jets
home,
money line.
Maybe some emotion. All right. Well, fine. You said it. Here I go. That's the typing you'll hear. Spoiler alert. I'm typing to put in all my money that I'll probably have to deposit on the Jets money line. So
Brilliant.
like I'm sitting there Sunday losing all my bets. Be like, well, at least I have the Jets money
There
line.
you go. Exactly.
Tomorrow
Something
night.
to look forward to.
Can't go wrong. Take the money. Can't go wrong. Take the money line against the Browns. I'm gonna do mine real quick.
Yep.
It's gonna be Cincinnati Enquirer.
Oh no.
Bengals fall to San Francisco and give 49 reasons why they need to take a new quarterback in the next draft.
Yikes.
Okay.
Zach, I
49
now
seems like
know why you don't
It's the
write for the paper.
Yeah. Yeah, 49 seems like a thing with that last one we did where she was like 54 things to watch.
Yeah, right.
And it was all like, do you guys think 2027 will be cool? Like, just the year? Like,
Yeah, that was a tough.
like you guys ever wonder,
That was a
like,
tough article.
why a
What
foot-
if it's just like, check out my podcast?
Yeah. All right. Scotty, you want to go because you can't be any worse than what that just
Yeah, I think I have a good one
Whatever
now.
that
I
was.
was kind of feeling self-conscious about mine, but the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel will come out.
Nice.
Will come out with an article saying "No Pack No" when the Vikings beat the Packers in Lambeau for their first home game of the year.
I would have went with Lambeau, no. Packers fall in home opener, but that's me.
You know, like "Go Pack Go," "No Pack No." You know.
Yeah, that's good. No, I
You know,
like
come
that.
on. You know.
All right. What's,
It rhymes.
Oh, yeah. No, I like that. What's your next one?
I don't have one yet. I'm still crafting it up.
Okay. I'll start
Go
with
ahead.
mine. The Florida Sun Centennial will read, "Nothing but Fitz tragic."
Oh God.
Streaky NFL journeyman throws 3 picks as Dolphins blown out by defending champion Patriots 28-3.
Wow.
Falcons blew a 28-3 lead. All right, I'll just do my last one since no one else really. All right, like seriously, but yeah, the Buffalo News will read, "That's our starter. Josh Allen throws 2 TDs and runs for another as Shermer's words come back to haunt him in 27-18 Buffalo
Wow.
victory." Did you see that? Pat Shermer's words?
No.
Shermer said something like before the 2018 NFL draft, he said he thinks Josh Allen could be a starter in this
Oh
league,
no.
and he like doubled down on it yesterday. So, and apparently the Bills have been putting that tweet on their TVs in the locker room.
Oh my god.
So first of all, Bills -1.5.
Take
Bet a million.
that
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. So a little
Put
revenge,
10
and that's what Josh
grand
Allen's doing.
on the Bills right now.
Does anyone? Gosh, Luke Kuechly dropped a pick.
I know.
I'll take the Peyton Barber
I've
tip.
got one more. The Philadelphia Bulletin. Lucky in
That's the Philadelphia
Oh
Inquirer.
God.
Zach.
Zach.
It says there's Philadelphia Tribune, Bulletin,
No.
Inquirer, Daily News, whatever.
Inquirer.
Who cares? Doesn't matter. There's new papers. Nobody reads them. The Lucky in the Link. Eagles escape a nail biter against the Falcons in overtime.
Sunday night. Is it at Atlanta?
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh.
yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, because that's Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Man. was a good
So no.
Whoops.
And also,
I
yeah.
have one.
You're wrong.
No, and also yeah. Okay.
No one also, yeah. All right, Scotty. you
Yeah,
have
so
one?
the Advocate in New Orleans is
Nice.
going to go ahead and release a newspaper saying
That's a fantasy. team.
pass non-interference. Saints get revenge.
I was trying to get a. I was trying to think of a punny title because I had the New Orleans Times Cocoon with one, and I couldn't think of.
I
one.
couldn't
That's
even think of it either. Like
All right.
non-pass interference. Like that doesn't really make sense. I wouldn't publish
Yeah.
it. Don't take my
I was
advice.
just- I guarantee. I guarantee if the Saints win, it'll just say revenge.
Yeah.
Or like tastes like
Yeah.
zebra. Like,
Yeah, like the sweet,
Ugh.
the sweet taste of revenge in a regular season game. You know, it will mean nothing if the Saints win because it really has no measure
Right.
to it from the NFC Championship game.
It's not the NFC Championship game. You're never gonna get that back. Like, it's a perfect game for the Saints to win, and like they play the revenge thing, but it's just like, okay, but we're both 1-1 now. Okay, you got
so
revenge.
you know Club Dub in Chicago. Yeah, I want that to happen in the New Orleans away locker room if they beat the Rams in LA. That would be cool. Sweet.
Sean Payton's a petty guy. Right. Sean Payton called it the worst call in the history.
I want Sean Payton to win and just give the middle finger to every ref on the field as he walks off.
All right, now it's time for Zach's lock of the week of the century, and he killed it week 1, giving you Tennessee money line over Cleveland.
If you didn't take it, we can't help you.
Cleveland.
We can't help you.
We can't help you because that's, like I mentioned on the last show, that's basically starting 2-0 because, he didn't even say take the 5.5. He said money line.
God.
Straight up. Won it. You would have got such good value. You would have more money brought in on the bet. But, I mean, he started 1-0 with a ballsy pick. Zach, which pick you going with to go 2-0?
I'm going to go Seahawks money line.
Okay.
Against
the Steelers.
Okay, another underdog.
Because it's 3.5, which is a little bit. It's it's not as severe as the 5.5, but I feel like the Seahawks can really do some damage on the Steelers. I feel like the Steelers are vulnerable, especially against good offenses.
Zach, again, you can take 3.5 points.
I know,
and it's the same thing as the money line.
Oh, it's the same?
Well, it's not.
You get more money.
But I know that. But you're gonna go 2-0 either way.
Yeah, you're not betting any money, Zach.
If the Steelers win by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the Steelers win by 3, you go 2-0.
But it's exciting.
Though. I know it's
Zach,
exciting.
you could pick the Patriots over the Dolphins and go 2-0.
Yeah, you could say Patriots money line over the Dolphins. They're like 19-point favorites.
18.5.
But it wouldn't be that much fun.
So I think I would suggest that'd be fun covering 18.5.
Well, no. What if he chose the Patriots money line? Like, I'm gonna pick the Patriots money line.
Oh yeah, that'd be stupid. He's only allowed to do money line if he bets an underdog.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I made that up
like
now.
it.
But Zach, are you going plus 3.5 or are you going money line?
I'll go plus 3.5.
Okay, because you're 2-0 either way if the Seahawks win, but you might as well take that 3.5.
I think you should take money line. Zach, that's your gut, and I'm betting everything I have on the money line.
Yeah, that was my gut.
That was your gut.
That was
my
gut.
gut. Zach,
I said Seahawks money line. We'll
Zach
go Seahawks money line.
Seattle money line. Just know for the future, you could take 3.5 points. Right. No one would blame you.
Right.
All right, now it's time. I love this segment. It's our snake draft of NFL picks. Scotty, I think Zach should go first because he killed it with the Titans.
So I get to go last then because I was middle last time?
No, you'll go middle.
Again?
Or do you want to go last?
Do
you want to go last? And I'll go third?
Yep.
Or I'll go second? Okay. All right, so it goes Zach, who is 2-2 on the year. Scotty and I were both 3-1. Let's go. All right.
Never betting the Broncos again.
Yeah, that was bad. No, it was worse for us, I promise you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
God, we had a board out and everything. It was great. All right. So
it's on the whiteboard.
With your first pick, you are taking whom? Are you taking your lock? Because it's a lock?
Yeah, I'll go with that one. I'll go Seahawks over Steelers.
Okay, Seattle. Money line it over Pittsburgh. I am second. I will take New England beating Miami.
Oh, man, tough pick.
That was like passing on.
You took the Steelers.
Oh my gosh, literally tough pick. As I look up at the screen.
Bengals legend Kevin Minter.
No.
Kevin Minter.
There's a flag on the play.
Pour one out for the
buddy.
There's a flag on the play.
Homie. This isn't a max bet like last Thursday. I was in depression.
You guys understand that? There's a flag.
Yeah,
okay.
I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on at Tampa. All right, Scotty, your first round pick. A lot of football left in this game.
You guys took New England and who else? Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Zach, what are you doing, homie? As your lock? So I'm going to take Kansas City over Oakland.
Okay, and you have another one.
I'm going to come back and say Cleveland over the New York Jets.
Okay, Cleveland over the New York Jets. I will take Baltimore beating Arizona.
Yep.
13-point favorites.
At
home.
I'm taking
Zach,
plus
you
13 and a half.
All right.
That's fine. They can cover as long as they're able to win.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to say Texans, Houston over Jacksonville.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say...
It's a good pick.
Chargers over
Dang it.
Lions.
That's a good pick, too.
Sorry, bud.
LAC greater than Detroit. I am up, and I'm going to take the Chicago Bears beating the Broncos.
That's tough, man. That hurts, too.
It's not tough at all. Okay, Scotty, you have
Yeah,
back-to-back.
I'm going to take...
Let's just try to explain these picks.
Yeah, I'm going to take...
So where your head's at when you first... Oh, my gosh, Cam.
Yeah, he
Cam!
fumbled. It's Buccaneer ball.
Now I'm getting
It's a clear fumble. I'm going to take the Chargers, taking Detroit over Detroit. A lot of...
I already picked that one.
Yeah, Zach
Oh,
picked
I already
that.
picked that one.
What am I going to...
'Cause you even said something about it. You were like, dang it.
No, okay.
I have my 5th overall pick still on the board. I hope you
All
don't
right,
take
I'm
it.
going to go ahead and take Philadelphia over Atlanta.
Okay,
I
explain
think
the pick.
I mean, a lot of road warriors this week. There's a lot of easy...
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of road teams going to, easy home games, I feel like. I mean, I only have on my board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home teams winning. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Philadelphia over Atlanta, and my reason is Atlanta, we don't know, in Philadelphia, I think if Carson Wentz is healthy and playing well, I think he does well.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out. This is my last pick. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Indianapolis over Tennessee.
Let's go.
Did you have Buffalo
You're going to take the last one. That
over
I
the
wanted to
Giants?
take.
What? No, I have my pick coming
Let's
up.
hear
But
it.
explain Indianapolis.
I just think I don't believe in the Tennessee hype from week one. I think it was more about the Browns flopping than Tennessee playing really well. And then
Right.
Indianapolis, I think they could very so easily be 1-0 over 0-1. I think people are
Right.
underestimating Jacoby Brissett big time, and they still have a great team around him. So I take Indianapolis over Tennessee.
NFL's leading rusher.
There you go. Yeah, Marlon Mack.
All right. I'm loving my picks because I power ranked my picks for all 16 games or 15 games. I got my number 1, my number 2, my number 4, and now my number 5 with the Cowboys over the Redskins.
Oh yeah, I did have them too.
5.5 point favorites in Maryland. I just like, it's hard not to like what you see with a hungry quarterback ready to get paid. Pay that man. 4 touchdowns in Kellen Moore's debut as offensive coordinator last week and a whipping of the Giants. Giants are bad. But are the Redskins really that much better? It is on the road, tough game. Divisional teams play each other close. Still 5.5 point favorites. And even though Case Keenum covered the spread for me with a backdoor cover touchdown, I just don't see Darius Geis is injured. AP, Fountain of Youth, first game of the season, maybe. But in the end, I like the Cowboys. They have a very talented squad this year. I'm excited for when the Cowboys and Eagles. I don't really get excited for NFC East games because they're always on primetime, and it's always like there's better games than this.
Yeah.
But Cowboys-Eagles seems like a race that could go to the end of the year with one team going to the wild card, the other team winning the division. So that's what I got for
Shelby.
the 4th pick. Zach, last pick.
Do you have
Yeah.
the record from last year? Or from last week?
Yeah, we were both 3-1. Zach was 2-2.
All right, keep going.
Okay, my last pick is going to be San Francisco beating Cincinnati.
Oh, I have Cincinnati winning that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say I like San Francisco's defense. I feel like they have like an underrated
I like Cincinnati's
defense this year.
defense.
Yeah, because Jameis Winston just gave him 3 points last
Yeah.
week.
I
I
think
guess that's
Cincinnati
true, but
has the best,
I like,
one of
you
the
know,
best D lines in football that no one knows or talks about.
No one wants to talk about it.
They don't want that
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take the 49ers over the Bengals. Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna do big things against that garbage secondary. I think the other thing I do notice about the 49ers though, and this is kind of counter.
Let's hear it.
Is like their wide receiver situation is like kind of like bleh.
Blech.
Yeah,
It's just like meh.
it's George Kittle and
Yeah.
like Dante Pettis and like Marquise Goodwin, I think.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, but it's like a lot of no names.
Dante
and it's like,
Pettis.
Oh, Jimmy G's gonna be good, but it's like Dante Pettis played 2
Don't forget
snaps
about Dante
against the
Pettis.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Did he
But
really?
they have a good backfield. I feel like.
They have a good backfield.
With
Tevin
Breda.
Coleman's injured.
Yeah,
but yeah.
that's true. I like Breda.
So Zach made his pick and then countered his pick
I
with
know,
back-to-back
right?
points. But yeah,
Lord.
good pick.
Lord.
Today.
Well, usually idiots do better with betting anyways.
That's true. You're 1-0. Might be 2-0 if Seattle money line. Find out if Zach goes 2-0 when we come back to you on Monday. It was the Hopeless Fan Podcast. We thank you for listening and enjoy NFL Sunday. I just want to wake up every day but Sunday.
Week 2, let's
Oh,
win
Zach,
some
oh, Zach.
money.
Zach loves the money line underdogs. That's our show. Thank you for listening.
Bye.